What's up guys? Lining here, and the Skype for this match is actually really fucked up, so I guess I'm gonna do some voiceover. So I'm gonna try and do some, what do you call it, guide for Monk Priest against Mage Rdruid. Now this team was actually pretty decent. We faced them like 5 times tonight, and we actually like won every game except for one, which we lost on dampening, because like fuck dampening. But so I'm going to try and go over some MLG tactics that you go with Mage Druid. So firstly, you want to be running with Diffuse Magic. You always want to be running for Diffuse Magic, because of mages you can use it to cloak the deep, which is basically done when you see the mage use his Frozen Orb, and most mages will just use the Frozen Orb, then they'll instantly deep you and they'll blanket silence the healer. So what you do is when you instantly see the orb, you use Diffuse Magic because it's not on the global cooldown. And then he'll deep you, and he'll do 0 damage in the deep. So as you can see, you got a full fear on the Druid, and the Mage just blinked. I got a full stun on the Mage, and we're forcing some major cooldowns. Hopefully trying to get a block, but we're not actually going to get it at this point. They're going to hold on to the block for now. And yeah, chasing the Mage up here. The Mage has no trinket. And the Mage cooldowns, you want to try and get him to see I got deeped here in his orb. I'm going to have to touch. Yeah, I touched here for damage, because touch does a lot of damage when, see, like he's taking big damage from touch. He just blinked. I can get a full stun on him, but I actually have no stuns. And I'm going to get cloned here, which is actually really bad because I just wasted my touch and I didn't get any pressure for it. Using touch offensively like that, it's not bad, but you want to be able to like get something from it, because touch against a Mage Druid team, it's not that important, because like if they really want to, they can block it anyway. So you don't want to be touching at like 10% health when the Mage or Druid can just block the touch and kill you. Like if you touch, you always need to have something to cover for it. Like if they block the touch, then you have a cloak as well, or you have a skin, so you can port. Oh, just in case you don't know what I mean, Diffuse Magic is cloak and Fortifying Brew is skin. I just call my abilities by different names. Anyway, so you can see the Mage has a palm up right now, and my Priest is getting cloned. Now, I'm in pretty shit position right now. I have 2 trinkets and I have cloak, and the Mage is just about to get a full palm sheep on my Priest. So he's going to clone me, and he's going to sheep my Priest, and he's pressing his orb. So I'm going to port away from that, and the Mage is going to blink in. And that allows me to get a full stun on the Mage and do some counter pressure on him. Yeah, and that saved me from using cooldowns. So he chastises the Druid to try and get a fear, but he gets blanketed on the fear, so I paralyze the Druid. He deeps the Priest so he can't get the fear, and then tries to sheep him. I kick the sheep, the Priest goes for the fear, and the Druid melts the fear and gets a full clone. Wow, that was quite intense. But anyway, I thought that part was quite funny, because like all this shit happening in a short period of time, even though it didn't work out well for us. That sheep maybe? Not really sure. Anyway, the Druid's going in cat form. He's probably getting like combo points. You need to be very careful, because the Druid can maim you full, and if you get stunned for those 4 seconds, he might do it after a deep or something, and you need to be careful, because like 1 extra second of stun could make you die. So just be aware that the Druid can do a lot of damage, and he can stun you. So there's a full clone on my healer, and he's going to trinket that. Probably didn't need to, because I had both touch and cloak, and I'm going to get full cloned. He's going to get a full fear on the Druid, and he's going to trinket and clone my Priest full. And it's going to be a short clone, so we're going to be alright. And my skin is just about to fade here, but it's going to be okay, because he's going to be able to top me. I'm going to paralyze that guy. I'm getting pretty low, and you can see I just cloaked there because I was getting low. Going to get deeped, but it's fine because I have cloak up, and I trinked it anyway. So there's the orb, and at this point I need to be careful, because the Druid is going to get a full clone on my Priest maybe. He got the disorienting roar off. No, he's not actually going to get the clone. God, I actually forget what happens in these games. Anyway, this was only like a couple of hours ago. So my Priest is in stealth, casually stealthing up the hill. The Mage is just ice lancing me. He's got a blanket. We're going to both jump off because we're in a pretty shitty position right now. I have no cloak, touch, or skin, so we're just going to chill at the bottom for a bit. None of the Mage or the Druid have trinkets, so it's pretty good for us. The Druid's quite far away, and he's in stealth, so I'm going to take this opportunity to get a full stun on the Mage. He has no blink. I'm going to get some massive pressure here. Well, hopefully I'm going to get some massive pressure. And Druid's going to get chastised into maybe a full fear from that Scyfiend. Can't remember. Yeah, Mage got feared. It's not very helpful, is it? Yeah, full fear on the Druid. This is Mage blocks day. He's going to get MD'd off, and he's going to... And now we're really counter-pressuring them. Basically, with Mage Druid teams, you just have to live the opener, and then you tend to get the pressure, especially as dampening comes in. Because, like, as monk priest, you're gonna have the advantage with dampening most of the time, because you can just force the pressure and the druid won't be able to out heal it most of the time. But anyway, my cooldowns are coming back up. The druid's in a full fear and the mage is in a really bad spot right now. He's actually altered timing here. I'm taking some big damage. I'm gonna get grip back, save cooldowns. Mage is gonna blink in and get full stunned. That's a double stun on them. I'm gonna press cooldowns on the mage, do big damage. And maybe gonna get a full paralyze on the priest off that, and my priest might get like a fear or something off that. I'm not sure. Probably gonna kick that sheep. No, I did kick that sheep. Yeah, he's got full fear on the druid. That's gonna be trinket. Clone my priest. He's deep to me. That's an orb. Now this is probably scary because he's gonna get blanketed off that. I'm gonna cloak and get cloned on my cloak. Now rest of druids do that a lot. Like if you use cooldowns, they'll try and clone you at low health. So you just need to be aware of that and be able to paralyze or lost them. So you don't, like, if you touch at like 1%, then you get cloned. Like he could just clone you and then he could swap the clone onto the priest and then you could just get killed at the end of it. So you just need to be aware of that. So my priest is gonna get a chastise into a full fear on the druid. Okay, maybe he's not. Anyway, I'm gonna blink in. Oh yeah, I know what happens here. I actually remember this part, don't worry. So the druid's gonna run over there, he's gonna get full paralyzed. Yep, got that part right. Gonna kick that sheep and randomly one-shot the mage. Ready for it? BAM! There you go. And that is how you beat monk druid. Mage druid. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope this was somewhat useful. I know I'm extremely shit at doing a voiceover, but this is my first time, so cut me some slack, please. So if you found this somewhat helpful, please give me a like, a comment, a subscription, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you with this very interesting Hpriest clip of me and an Ellie Shaman skillfully one-shotting the monk. And I'll let you listen to the Skype because it's quite funny. Stunning? I got the stun.
Okay. Nice.
Stunning again.
Dead. It's dead.
Damn, that was really skillful.